On this episode, I sit with my co host Patrinia and our beautiful guest Michelle Degree, an international speaker, coach, and storyteller of resilience. Together, we trace the journey from pressure to purpose, from process to clarity, and from lived pain into something deeply powerful and transformative. This is the conversation about dreams that refuse to shrink, seasons that stretch us, and the quiet becoming that happens when life turns up the heat. Hello, soulmates. You're now listening to Peppers of Stories meant to soothe the souls of women everywhere.
So I'm proud to be joining you from Nigeria with my partner today, Ajemin Okoji. She's going to be coming on. Her name is Color J. And we have kicked off on this Pepper Soup Stories because we believe there's so many people that are just sitting in the pepper. They're sitting in the difficulty. They're sitting in the challenge and not believing that there's something else that they can create out of it. They're seeing the short term and not understanding the big picture. They're sitting in the pain and not understanding the purpose. They're sitting in the, oh my God, is it just me mode? And I feel like our podcast is meant to let them know that there is a day 1, day 2, day 20 outside of the issue that you're facing right now. And that we, as coaches, have stories that we want to share that so that you can relate to. E.g., Michelle is going to share her story today. But also we have frameworks. Those frameworks emerge out of the stories because what? Success and significance leave what? Clues. It's like breadcrumbs, right? Mm-hmm. You can look at my story and begin to see yourself and begin to see, some things that might work for you. Then we're really good. That's what we want to be able to contribute. So we're stepping out on this Good Friday. We're stepping out in service.
Yes.
Just like what Christ suffered. When we talk about the passion, sometimes people get passion caught up. But passion is about suffering and being willing to suffer.
So that's interesting you say that. Last night was yesterday. People always look forward to Good Friday. And I'm like, And I mentioned to one of my girlfriends, I'm going to church because it's Monday, Thursday. And they were like, what is that? You can't have Good Friday without Monday, Thursday. When God was tempted, when Satan tried to distract him and not go to the cross. And when you say what you were just saying about success leaves the breadcrumbs and about suffering and about passion and things like that, look what God set that example for us the day before. So the day before when he's out in the garden, this cup could pass me. And he told his father, I will do it. And God didn't let the cup pass him. And so he still had to go. And if you look at it, Peter distracted him and was a distraction because Peter was like, no. Oh, sorry.
Say that one more time. Peter was like a distraction. Say that one more time.
Right, because we got friends around us. They mean well for us. And he meant well for God. But what did he do? He cut the man's ear off. Remember? Trying to say, no, don't take him. Right? But Judas still kissed him, even though Judas is the one, so that the process could still happen. So when you think about it, the process was still going to happen because it was ordained by God. So when you are suffering and you feel like you're stuck, don't focus on the now. Focus on the future. Dream big. Focus on what God has for you to do. And that's what Jesus did. He said he still was going to die on that cross because he had to save all of us. So Monday, Thursday is important to understand the why of
Holy
today.
Week. Yes. We have to. And you know what? Girl, you have said, I want to say preach on preacher. Preach, preacher. Because a lot of people have this microwave mentality that I see the thing I want. Why can't I get there today? I want to just hit 60 seconds and it gets there. But there's a long process that must play out where we take the meat and we must marinate it.
And marinate
it. Marinated meat tastes so much better than the one that's just thrown on the grill. So That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now we're into Friday. And this, you know what? We want to make it timeless because the law of process is one that if we begin to realize that what God wants us to mature into requires that we have a series of experiences. And then what? Experience is not the best teacher because otherwise people will repeat the same mistakes. It's reflected experience that allows us to grow. So if we have the experience and have the time to reflect and say, what was the lesson? What was the blessing? Now let me go back and make the modifications that I need so that I can be who I need to be through this experience, then that's how we begin to be ready for the Friday. That's how we begin to be ready for the Good Friday, right?
Right.
Everything's Holy Week working up to the Good Friday. And when we get to the Good Friday, that's kind of our moment of truth because we can run or we can stay and face the thing, right? So I just love how these things are playing and dancing together. And we're gonna just pull up your bio. If not, we're gonna have our. I'm just gonna read it real quick. All right, so we'll circle back on that in just a moment, but let's get this bio out because I saw, this bio is powerful, girl. I looked at this and I said, it's like Moses. Moses is carrying a staff, and oftentimes I believe, and if I were to step into Moses' mindset, he just thought it was a stick to walk with. But it's very important to realize that the staff was going to be able to open seas. It was going to be able to be a snake. It was going to be able to be so many things. So when you look at all the pathways that you've been on, the journeying that you've done, Michelle, I think he's just preparing you for a time such as this. When you talk about what's happening with third degree, what's happening in a way that your business plan couldn't even, predict. No. That's when you know that he has fully loaded you with so much. So my name is Patrinia Worksonaha, and I have my partner here who I'm going to invite to do the bio today. But I'd love for you to just feel comfortable, we do breathing exercises sometimes. I'm just going to invite you to just kind of calm the nervous system because we've been through a couple of things that we got started today. But did we let it stop us? No. So I love the way you're lowering your gaze and allowing your spirit to catch up with your body. Often we show up in places, rush, and our spirit hasn't shown up yet. So I'm inviting you right now to allow that alignment so that you can be fully present for what we call soulmates. Our soulmates are aligned with our souls and feeling the energy to make changes in their lives, to make observations in their lives, and really pick up from the knowledge and wisdom that you're sharing today. So I'm Patrinia Worksonaha, co-founder of Pepper Soup Stories.
I'm HML J, co-host, co-founder, whatever cool you want to call it. All right, so Michelle, very excited to have you with us. We are just going to walk our soulmates, we call them soulmates, through your bio. I think it's very important for us to provide context to your journey, share your journey. So Michelle Degree is on a mission to help people find their footing when the ground won't stop shifting. I think that's such a powerful opening statement, especially in a world where it's not about change management, it's about change readiness. Everything is changing. The ground keeps shifting. So that's so powerful. Michelle is an international speaker, ICF certified coach. So I connect with you. And #1 best-selling author. So I'm hoping to through your book at some point. Michelle has spent more than 25 years leading across government, technology, and nonprofit sectors, bringing the kind of strategic clarity that only comes from actually being in the room and having that seat on the table when it mattered. She's the founder of Third Degree Solutions, where she partners with organizations and women leaders navigating career pivots
That's very interesting to me, and I'm hoping we can explore that because I'm very particular about career transitions, leadership transitions, and the hard work of building something sustainable. She's also the creator of the Resilience Compass, patented. In America, we say patent. We say patent. So this is the fusion of Africa and America.
America, yes.
Patent. All right, we get the gist. So she's the creator of the Resilience Compass, a powerful framework designed to help people lead and live with clarity, confidence, and purpose in the midst of uncertainty. So I'm beginning to feel you here there. Known for her authentic storytelling and practical wisdom, Michelle has inspired audiences from London to the Gambia. That's interesting. Just thinking about the journey and the ground and the places you've covered. So hoping we can dig into that a bit. Her work has been featured on Fox, on CBS, NBC, and Yahoo. Rooted in purpose and guided by the Resilience Compass, resilience becomes your way forward. So I'm getting a sense that that's some philosophy that you're rooted onto. Katrina, over to you.
So welcoming you to our platform today and just kind of feeling we've been having so much fun. I feel like we've had the interview, but you know what? Now we're going to hit some of the structure. One of the things I want you to do is just tell us, if our soulmates get nothing else from you today, what is it that you would like for them to leave with?
I want them to dream big. And what I mean by that is don't look at your current circumstance and feel like this is it. I want you to dream forward and bigger. We hear the glass ceiling. I don't have a glass ceiling. I have the stratosphere. I feel like there's nothing that I can't do if I put my mind to it. And I say that because I'm from a rural area in North Carolina. And if you see this map behind me, I've traveled the world. So I know you mentioned coming over to the continent of Africa, but I've been all over Latin America as well. I remember when I got sent to Latin America, my mother was like, "You don't speak Spanish." I said, "Good, because I'm going to Brazil and they speak Portuguese."
What'd you say? Not yet, Mama. Not yet. Not yet.
Exactly.
But I'm on it.
Exactly. So I say that not to brag about it, because that was not the intent. And I look at it, I'm like, I kept saying, God, how did I get here? How did this happen? Now, I want everybody to know there's nothing. Don't stop. Don't feel like you're stuck. Don't feel like this is the end. Don't worry about what age you are. I have a friend whose her grandmother, well, it actually was her aunt, flew from North Carolina to Texas at the age of 95 by herself. And she had a cell phone, and I had to pick her up, and I was like, oh my God, so do I need to ask them if I can come to the gate? And she was like, girl, no, just call her on her cell. I was like, oh my God, she has a cell phone? I called this lady and said, hi, Miss Pauline, I'm outside, this is Michelle, but I'm parking and I'm gonna come get you. She said, girl, don't you park, I'm standing on the curb. And she told her and literally she was on the curb with her little luggage and everything. So from that moment on, I stopped worrying about, I'm gonna be late in the game. There is no late. God's timing is perfect. So wherever you are, whatever season you're in, know that it's not over. It's not over until God says it's over. You never know how this is going to play out, right? So that's what I want to end with. I guess this is the beginning. So sorry, Patrina, I guess we're starting with that. It's never too late and it's never too small. Dream big, dream wise. I love it. So just go.
I love it. I love it. One thing I want to just capture in what you said is don't feel stuck. There is no glass ceiling. It's the stratosphere. It's like the limit. There is no limit. Seasons, and there is no late. Because none of us actually know God's time. He downloads things, and we get what do you call it? Coming attractions. It's like when a movie is coming, right? We get a trailer.
Bits and
God
pieces.
gives us trailers, right? Yeah.
Like, but God told me this, and people look at you like, girl, you know that don't make sense. But He told me. He gave me a snippet. So I just got to trust and believe and walk in it. And that's the hard part for us.
Submit. Oh, that was a season when you and I met. I was in a submission season, and believe me, I have been a person that was way against submitting, but that's a subject for another day. But what I love is when I learned that submitting has power. And submitting requires what do we call that? Leadership competency? What is it? Managing ambiguity. God teaches us about managing ambiguity because we don't have to know it all. But anyway, to serve our soulmates, can you take us through that, all of that stuff behind you? I'm just so intrigued because you come from Shelby, North Carolina. And what is the population of Shelby? Do we even have a million people there?
1 million? Are you serious? No. No, we do not. We have a stadium. NC State College is here in Raleigh with me. They have a football stadium. You can put my town in that football stadium one time and again.
Wow,
so
Lenovo?
Yes. And the other thing is, in my graduating class, there were 250 of us. So when I went off to college and I'm hearing about thousands and 500 in a class, I can't comprehend that. There were only 250 of us, and we thought we were a big school. So what you see in my room, I have a map because I'm addicted to maps now, because you can see the entire world. And the words you can't see right now, it says she's going places. It came
She's going places.
She's going places.
She's going places.
Oh, I'm speaking it into existence. Now, my definition when I put it up there that she's going places was traveling. That's not what God intended, obviously. I mean, I've traveled, but the traveling has slowed down drastically because I've switched roles. And now that she's going places is the things that I'm doing that I never even thought about. And so I think that I'm a huge affirmation girl. I'm huge on manifestation as well. So if you don't speak it and believe it, it's not going to happen. So the room that I'm sitting in has a lot of art from Africa, artifacts and things to motivate me. I came over, one of my good friends lives in the Gambia and she invited us over. I'm hoping to come to Nigeria. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yes. So I pick up pieces and people give me things and items. So that's what you see behind me. I say it's my ancestors. I stand on the shoulders of many women all over the place. And I'm thankful for the women that God had placed in my life. They're so drastically different that I've taken bits and pieces. And that's the other thing. When you make soup, you know how you put different ingredients? And I like trying different tastes and different flavors. So when you look at me, this is different flavors. These are all the women that poured different pieces in me. So I'm a little spicy.
Woo!
Ain't nothing cute about it, but I'm spicy. So
what is it? You open up the vapor with the nasals.
Yes, my nasal system is like, oh girl, calm that down.
Girl,
calm that down. So yeah.
I love that. She's going places. And you talked about your travels in Latin America and in Africa. And what I would ask you, we are both African Americans. We showed up after the Mid-Atlantic trans all of that. What types of things came up for you as you had those travels? Any question one?
So,
ready.
When I first went to Latin America, so I've been to Europe, London. It is what it is. I mean, it's
been around the world, been there, done
that. But when I went to Latin America, loved it. And I used to say, I'm going to retire in Latin America. I'm going to get a place in Latin America. I'm going to retire. But when we went over to the continent for the first time, I I came back telling everybody, you have to go to understand what I'm saying. But when the plane touched down, it was like, oh God, thank you, we're tired. But when I got out and came into the airport, it was like, oh my God. Because you could feel the energy, the spirit.
Yeah.
I remember all of us standing there. We had a moment in the airport. And when we came outside and saw the people, it's the place we felt like, you belong here. And I know this is going to sound weird. If you've ever been to the city in New York, you're like, ooh, New York is a vibe. Going to the different boroughs, being an African American in New York, you feel that energy, right? I'm sure it's the same for Latin people.
Like Harlem Renaissance. That's what you feel like. You feel like all that history, right?
Yes. But this was different. This was spiritual. It was very spiritual. You could feel it. And I remember going to the hotel, we were totally silent. We were not talking. We were silent because I think all of us were processing what was happening and what was going on. So for me, I came back enlightened. I came back filled up. I came back feeling like I am worthy. I am worthy. I'm not a mistake. Okay, let me step back because I feel like I'm all over the place because you asked me a question that's just very sensitive to me. I live in rural North Carolina. I am a dark skin.
You are fine, Michelle. Yeah. Wherever you go.
Okay. So I'm a black dark skinned woman. Okay. So my mother, thank you God for the parents that I have. I said that to somebody earlier this week. You don't know how your parents influence you. My mother was an educated woman. My father was exposed and they pushed me into all the things. But I live in rural North Carolina that is white and always had issues with my dark skin. I was a cheerleader. You could only have 2 black cheerleaders on a squad of 12. Make it make sense back then. If I pull out my yearbook from junior high and middle school, I look like a spot on the pictures because they make the pictures dark so the white girls can have the tans. So I can't even, you see these and you see this. That is it. So number one, the inferiority of the color of my skin has always been an issue for me. No matter how much I've traveled the globe. I remember landing in Latin America in Chile, and a little girl came up and was rubbing my skin because she's never seen a dark-skinned black person. Okay? So the novelty of it. But when I got on the plane in New York to fly to the continent, I was nervous and scared because the plane was all black. And we had flight attendants that were white. They were European. But I said, I wonder how they feel right now. All these black people on this plane. And then I got nervous. God, don't let them shoot us down. Don't let us die because there's a whole lot of black people on this plane. And isn't that sad that I'm so uncomfortable around my own people because I never experienced it before? And what's interesting, I hear people, I have a cousin in California. We went to Auntie's homecoming. He was in culture shock to see that many black people in one place. Nobody was acting silly. And he was like, this is such a vibe. But yet on the plane, I was in shock. So now here I am. We landed. We're seeing all the things that my people built. My people are doing. Oh my God, we are great. We are wonderful. We hear it in history. But to come to the continent and experience it is something different. And it's something I came back to the States and say, look, stop going to these islands. I love Jamaica. It's cool. You can go. But I need you to go visit the continent. The continent. And I'm not talking about Morocco. And I'm probably going to get killed for that. But I went to Morocco for Thanksgiving. And it is not the same. It is more Latin, Spanish flavor, I guess because they're close to Spain. But I need to go into the continent. I need you to see where we come from. I came back realizing why we're communal, why we like music, why we like to move. It's in our DNA.
The DNA, yes.
in us. I talk about how I had to use the bathroom and we were in the car. This is awful. They said, you can just go ask somebody to use their bathroom. Are you crazy? I don't know them like that. We don't go inside people's houses we don't know. I got off that little shuttle and said, I am so sorry. Can I use your bathroom? And she said, oh, come on in. Where are you from? And I was like, are you American? Because her accent was the same. She wasn't American, but she went to school at FAMU. And she was married to a doctor. And I was like, what? And we started talking.
Because Michelle, step one, outside of America, bathroom means that's where you go to bathe. So outside of America, toilet, we must call it toilet or restroom, right?
I had to go to the restroom. I had to go to the restroom.
So no, but the power in that is you found a bridge that connected in your language. So that had to make you feel like, wow. People from me here. Yes.
We had tea. I forgot I was with a group and started having tea with her, and they start getting off trying to figure out where is Michelle because they were freaking out, right? So they come in to the lady's house and they were like, oh. I was like, see, in the States, we missed that communion. We missed the connection. I can remember growing up and all my family would go to my great-grandmother's house on Sundays, right? And I hated it growing up. Now I think about that when people say, Michelle, what's the favorite time in your life? Sitting on my great-great-great-grandmother's porch in the country and just looking across the land and all of us are there and I'm hearing the stories. That's what, when I went back to Africa and just talking to the people, we don't do that in the States. We come in, close our door, and we in our houses.
Girl, you need an appointment. How many people send you a Calendly link and say, this is when I'm available, choose a time? I'm guilty of that myself because it's like this level of conformity. But what I love is, how about if I just call you and see if you're available? Because in Africa, we have this thing where we just drop by. And it's shifting a bit, but you still feel, talk to me now, Jay. We still feel this like, okay, if people just drop by, you feel obligated. You feel like I should lean into this human connection because that's part of what makes this culture unique is that we value people, we value relationships more than we value schedules and all the rigid whatever. So I love that you experienced that right off and are able to tell that story. Because I know when I first came, it was like, that guy right there looked just like my cousin Anthony. That guy on the corner looked just like my sister such and such. Oh my God, they look like was this mindset. I came the first time in 1995, and it was like they looked like us. What we had been fed by European media was a lie.
It's wrong. It's so wrong. The food. Oh my God! I was like, if I eat anything else, I'm gonna pass out. I ate 3 meals a day. I was ready for it. I got up so I could eat. I was ready, and I was like, I know I'm not gonna be able to wear anything. I lost a ton of weight because it was fresh. I felt good. I felt healthy.
There you go. New process. I love it.
Yes. So again, I'm putting a plug in. If you haven't been, you need to come. You need to come and visit to understand. So I just feel like it goes back to that thing where it's about exposure. It's about exposure.
Yeah.
If you're not being exposed, you can't grow. If you're not dreaming, you can't grow. So, yeah.
And you know what? It's just like a plant, right? When you put seeds in the ground, if there's no light, if there's no all the things, the nutrients that are required, it dies. So with all our best intentions, sometimes we can put the seed in the ground, but if we don't create and we call it a lot in Africa, an enabling environment for success, then all it is pipe dreams. All it is really good intentions. So I love that you have really brought out that point for us and from your experience. So thank you for being a witness for sharing, completely unprompted. And I am just feeling so blessed right now Because these are conversations you and I didn't get to have one-on-one. And it's like completely unprompted. Look what has come. Look what is emerging. And I just think it's powerful because, number one, a lot of people right now, their nervous systems are saying, oh my God, all this uncertainty is coming from what we're experiencing by being African Americans. All of this waking up in the morning and my brain is just saying, why? And I'm feeling uncomfortable because I'm not feeling like I can predict my own future. Like I understand how I'm valued and that I am valued and that I'm seen and that I'm heard and I'm understood. And I think it's very important, and our podcast talks about this, is identity. And that identity is a big part of being able to say, you know, I'm many things.
Yeah.
I'm many things. And living abroad for over 20 years now has helped me to see that I actually have more in common with my African brothers and sisters than I have that's disparate. Let's just say, for example, when we eat chitlins, right? The first time, you know, we grew up with chitlins. If you're from Shelby, I'm from Winston-Salem. We grew up with chitlins, right? Yes,
well, I
yes,
have
or
it
yes.
in my freezer right now that my grandmother gave me for Christmas that I'm too lazy to clean. That I'm hoping my mother coming back up here with me to clean.
I'm going somewhere, right? So my partner here is asking what is chitlins. So I'm gonna tell her what chitlins is. So the first time I went with my husband, and we went to some African party, and they gave me a bowl of what they call pepper soup. I said, this is like chitlins. Y'all had chitlins? And that's what I said to my husband. I said, y'all had chitlins in Africa? This was in the 80s, right?
So they offer the eat.
So what I would say is chitlins are the pork representation of the goat meat pepper soup. So when Africans were brought to the Americas, goats weren't prevalent. So they used what was available. And chitlins were the intestines of the pig, you know, all the things that the white man didn't value. We knew how to season it. That pepper that we're talking about with our pepper soup stories, that's what chitlins are, but with pork.
With pork.
Yep, with pork.
I mean, this is like a revelation to me because I would never have known.
Connection.
I thought it was beans. I thought it was beans.
No, it's not. You guys, so my family lived on a farm. Not my mom and my dad, but my great-great-grandmother. I can remember going out there, and my uncles would kill the pig. And when they killed the pig, my grandmother and my great aunts would be doing all the things. I had the water hose on the end of the intestines pushing out the poop.
Ooh,
get it out
very
the
effective. Talk about process.
So, you know, I remember that. You know, what's crazy, people see me in Raleigh and they think one thing, but you don't know my story. You don't know where I come from. You don't know where I grew up. Right. And that's why I keep telling everybody, look, dream wide and dream big. So, okay, now I want pepper soup.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you were talking about exposure, when you were talking about the feeling you felt and the connection you made with the lady who you had asked, you know, where's the bathroom and everything. What this reminded me of was the time many years ago, I worked in a company called General Electric. I'm sure you're familiar. And we had a situation where at that time, GE felt like Africa was the very last frontier that they hadn't quite conquered. And it was very important to have the GE DNA in Africa. So what that meant was GE came in a very big way to Africa. And I remember when they came, I worked with a lady called Tamla, who I'm also going to try and bring into the podcast. The experience a lot of people had when they were asked about Africa is, oh yeah, Africa is a country, right? And I'm like, Africa is a country? No, it's a continent. And we had to start, you know that thing about exposure that you talked about? We had to start to bring more Africans. We had the American African, I don't know if it was a forum, like an affinity network, we had to bring a lot more of the established executives to just come visit Africa.
Right.
And I remember there was a map that we had shared which talked about how the different parts of the world could fit into Africa and how other continents. I don't know if you've seen that before.
So I did not know that the continent was as big as it is, but the European people made the continent small to fit, and so it wouldn't look as overpowering as it is. And I was like, what? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So I wanted us to sort of circle back. I want you to take us back because your backstory is eclectic. It's really fascinating. I mean, I want you to sort of, Petrina started us off nicely and talked about what is it that you want our soulmate to take off. I learned the word stratosphere. There is no ceiling. But I want you to talk about the biggest pepper, right? That sort of made you who you are today. And we talk about pepper being the adversity and pepper soup being the advantage, which is what is the transformation of pepper from adversity to advantage. I really just want to understand about the pepper and the pepper soup, which is a beautiful thing like chitlins that you just explained to me. So, how did the biggest adversity transform you to who you are?
Okay, so I'll give you early in life, and then I'll give you one current.
I love that.
So early in life, like I told you, I go to rural, I'm from rural North Carolina. Everything evolved around my church back then.
Yes.
So I had the church set up on a hill, and it used to have these long steps down the hill. And shout out to Mount Calvary Baptist Church. It's Pastor Littlejohn now, but I grew up under Reverend Raper. And when I was growing up, he seemed this massive of a man. Now I'm like, he might have been 6'2", so he wasn't that big, but for a little girl, he was. I remember sitting on the steps of our church. His house sit on the corner, and his granddaughter and I were sitting on the steps. And this was a major thoroughfare in my town. You had to go through this road, and we were dreaming about when we get our driver's license, the places we will go. So we're naming, it's another city about 40 minutes away called Charlotte, North Carolina. So Charlotte is a big city. So when we get our car, we're going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. And when we go to Charlotte, North Carolina, we're going to go to Krispy Kreme donuts. That's the dream, right? I remember him coming out there and he said, "What did you just say?" "I'm going to go to Krispy Kreme donuts in Charlotte." And the first exposure to maps, he said, "I want to show you guys something." So he had an atlas. Nobody uses them now, but he had a huge atlas because we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all the GPS and all this stuff. He said, "Do you see how big this world is? I need you to dream bigger than that."
Wow.
I don't know anything bigger than that. I know that we give money in church to the Lot Carey Foreign Mission and to Shaw University. So I am going to go to Shaw University. So now we're driving to Shaw. And he said, "Dream bigger than that. You're really trying to box yourself." And he started talking about all the places he had been. Well, I had been to California. My father's family lived in California. And my mom would pack me up every summer, and I'd be begging and crying not to go to California. At the end of the summer, I'm begging not to go back to North Carolina, but never really thought about what was going on because I was so young, right? So I literally went to my aunt's house, wherever she went. He said, "Look at all the states in between." He had also been to Africa several times. So he told us about this place called Africa. And I started thinking, "Oh, I'm going to do that one day," right? So for me, that was an eye-opening moment. That was the pepper that was being sprinkled.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, leave a review, and connect with us on social media. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, soulmates, stay inspired, keep growing, and turn life's peppers into a flavorful soup. Connect below. Bye-bye for now.